from a galaxy far, far away.
And a bookshelf straight out of the 90s.
From Thrawn to Dantooine.
And everything in between. This is Legends Look Back.
Big week for us as Star Wars fans. I mean, we got a brand new Star Wars show on Disney Plus. It's not Legends, but it's a Star Wars show. And I made some plans with a buddy of mine. Shout out to Robert. You know who you are. Robert has home theater. And so we went over to Robert's, actually his parents' house. And his dad watched it with us. It was like, I was sitting between Robert and his dad. It was great. Totally. And the dog sat at my feet. It was a whole vibe for sure. I was surrounded. Yeah. And so we watched Andor in a big home theater, projector. Big. I don't know how big the screen is. I'm sure that his dad can tell me. He's very proud of it. It's like 126 inches or something like that. Parsecs.
A lot of inches.
And
Parsecs.
yeah, for sure, 126 parsecs. And you got the big like movie theater recliner seats. You know, kick your feet up.
Nice.
It was a real awesome experience, and I had a Leonardo DiCaprio moment. You know what I'm talking about?
Floating on the ocean, slowly dying.
No, the other one.
Getting real rich.
I had the moment where I'm sitting there eating my popcorn, kick back in the recliner, and then something happens on screen.
Oh,
and
yes.
I go, oh, and I
Yeah.
point, right? And you want to take a guess at what the thing was from Andor. You guys seen it? Everybody all caught up on Andor?
All right,
Not
finally
caught
got
up on it
got
yet.
caught up
No.
today.
What? We're only 2 for 4 on Andor?
Okay,
Wow.
I'm married, and my husband has been very busy, and he's about to be less busy. So we're waiting until he's less busy to watch it together.
I love that.
Hold on, I'm not sure if I could hear that. Rick, did you hear what I just heard?
I heard excuses. Did you hear excuses?
Sounded like excuses to me. Sounded like excuses
Okay.
to me. That's
Yeah.
right.
Hold on. Let's see if this causes any stir. We'll see. I cannot watch Star Wars, or if it's like a show that I really like, or I'm going to see, Game of Thrones, for instance. I cannot watch it
Never
unless
heard of it.
it's in the highest fidelity
Mm-hmm.
or the highest, the best audio, the best video experience that I'm
The way
going to
George
get that I
Lucas
have
intended.
Yeah.
available to myself.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So the thing is, I was going to watch it, and then I noticed that my MacBook, because right now the MacBook is the only experience that I have. I mean, it's great, right? It's got the M1 or M1.5, I don't know, chip. And of course, these headphones, the Apple headphones, interface with it really well to give it the best audio experience. But I opened my laptop and it was dead. And it was about like
Dead.
10 o'clock. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep and we're just going to watch this tomorrow.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
So that's why I haven't seen it.
I get that. I'm similar. Like I won't watch it on my phone because I've got a nice, big TV, 4K, got lights and a sound bar, can change the whole room, and I won't watch something new on our bedroom TV or my phone because it needs to be on the best you got. I totally get that.
But you've seen it.
I have seen it because I kicked out my kids and I was sick today, and so I used my sick day to watch the show. Otherwise,
There's
That's a great
nothing
use of a sick day.
It's a sick day for a new show. That's right.
I want a
And because
sick
of
day.
that, whenever I try to watch Daredevil, I feel sick because of the time I was sick. You ever do that?
oh yeah,
Oh, totally.
So
Yeah.
there's something that happens in Andor that is very relevant to Legends Look Back. And I'm not talking about when Cassian shows off his Beanie Babies collection. I'm not talking about when they eat
Brings out
the
his hit
vintage
clips.
Taco Bell. It's not when he listens to the hit clips.
Yo quiero.
Rick, what do you think it was?
Well, I kind of am cheating because I know.
Oh yeah, because
where
I
this
told
is
you what it
going.
was.
There's some cuisine that is interesting.
It's not hot
It's not a
chocolate.
hot dog.
Not a hot dog.
Not a hot dog. Not a hot dog. It is, however, drum roll. Noodles. We have blue noodles
What?
in
Blue noodles.
Andor. That's right. This guy is eating some blue noodles straight out of Star Wars.
Okay,
There they
can
are.
you explain?
Yes, it's a long-standing Legends Look Back inside joke.
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome to the inside.
Yes.
It's
I've been on
This
the show
is-
for a year. This is the first time I'm
pre-
hearing it.
Yeah, this was before you guys came on, I would say.
I mean,
even.
obviously.
Yeah.
It
I have no idea what you're talking about.
originated It originated as a We Tease Meg about this thing.
Okay, there you
And
go.
it took on a life of its own, and many people in the YOUTINI community think it's their inside joke, though, we know the real deal, right? I mean, many people claim ownership to the noodles.
Many noodles.
That's right. Noodles. All right, there's a book. Perhaps you've heard of it. Heir to the Jedi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Heir to the Jedi was one of the first canon books. It was originally slated for release as a Legends book. It was supposed to be part of the trilogy Empire and Rebellion, with Honor Among Thieves, which is fantastic, Razor's Edge, which is very good, and then Heir to the Jedi. Now, the idea here was right at the end of the old expanded universe, right? What became Legends. Del Rey made a concentrated, concerted initiative to go back to original trilogy stories, tell some Rebellion era, low barrier to entry books, stuff that you didn't have to have read 30 years of expanded universe books to understand, right? Which was most of the books they published for 20 years up to that point. So they had a Han book. It's like a Han rebel heist sort of thing. Honor Among Thieves, Smuggler, classic, great book. Then you've got Razor's Edge, the Princess Leia book. Then there's going to be a Luke book. You get it? Big three?
Yeah.
Han, Luke, and Leia. The Luke book did not make the cut. It became canon. They retooled it, reworked it. It's a first-person point of view. So instead of saying Luke ate the noodles, it's I got a big old slurpy mouthful of noodles.
I love noodles.
It's an awkward scene. That's what I'm hearing.
We'll say this much. It's widely regarded as not the best canon book ever written.
Okay.
There's
Good
a
to know.
groundbreaking moment. Freddie, have you read the book?
I've read part of it, but admittedly, I dropped out of it.
Yeah,
for
it
the
happens.
aforementioned reasons.
In it, a budding Jedi Luke Skywalker is learning how to
Eat noodles.
he's learning how to use the Force.
No.
It's like right after episode 4, right? And he's like,
Oh
"Wow,
man, I can't use forks.
He's like, I got my new Jedi powers. I can't wait to do some really fun Jedi stuff. Oh, maybe I'll use some Jedi stuff on these noodles.
Oh no!
And he's eating a bowl full of noodles. They don't give him a Star Warsy name or nothing. It's not like new oodles, right? There's no extra hyphens or apostrophes or nothing.
Silent Q.
Oh man.
It's just noodles. That's it. And
Disappointing.
he uses the Force to move the noodles.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I think you have said this on the show before, but I don't think I've come across that in the book. But it does bring something up for Thrak and so sure that I will be bringing up later.
Oh, I hope you got yourself a packet of ramen.
Oh
so
man!
It's groundbreaking. The first time Luke Skywalker, it's not in Empire Strikes Back. In the one of the greatest scenes in cinema history when he is hanging upside down by his ankles, and you got the big old monster over there. Chewing on a turkey leg, and Luke uses the Force to call the lightsaber to him upside down out of the snow in order to escape the monster's lair. Instead, he wiggles his noodles a little bit in his bowl. And that's when Luke Skywalker canonically first uses the Force to move an object telekinetically.
Oh man!
The big
I
first.
Yep.
Definitely.
Noodles and hot chocolate.
So that's been our joke. Is like people will make digs at Legends for being ridiculous.
Right.
And we're like, yeah, but you know what? Canon has noodles. So is it really
Canon has
all
its
that better?
moments.
Yeah, is it? Is it really that much more? With it? You know what is with it? Andor. It's great. Definitely worth your time. Enjoyed watching it. Had to get a full Legends look back review of the canon show. No, we won't do that. You know what we will do? We're going to start this show. What do you say, Rick? Let's get it started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Legends Look Back, proudly part of the YOUTINI Podcast Network. This is a Star Wars books podcast for people who really hope they can watch Thursday Night Football on Friday because their team may or may not be playing right now, but we're committed to the show. And we're going to do this thing whether we like it or not, where we celebrate our rich EU history as well as dive into lesser-known Star Wars classics. I'm your host, Jared Mace. I'm very happy to be here and am not at all anxious to know how the Steelers are doing. I'm joined by the biggest Steelers fan in the galaxy, Rick Grace. How are you, Rick?
Oh, I had the wrong person queued up. I am here and don't care for the Steelers or anything from Pittsburgh, really. But you know,
His wife's a Browns fan. That's the joke.
My wife's from Cleveland, and the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Nashville Predators are big rivals. So, boo. Hockey, Pittsburgh Penguins.
That's a lot of P's, man.
And Nashville
Pittsburgh
Predators.
Penguins and that's like something straight out of Mad Lib, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Hey.
Foreshadowing.
That's right.
I'm here, and you know who else is here? Freddie
Who's
C.
here? There we go.
Oh, so first of all, football. Love football. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
You know,
Messi.
good stuff. Manchester United, of course. Not a fan of Man U.
Yeah.
But, you know, Real Madrid. Hala Madrid, as they say. But that's the different kind of football.
What about
that's the more
Chicharito?
global.
As they say.
Chicharito.
I love that you say Chicharito, and I say Chicharito. Glad to have you here, Freddie.
Different type of football.
I get behind that football. I'm with you there, Freddie.
I love it. It's been my life. So played it forever.
Nice.
But you know what? We do have a football fanatic in the house who loves what is it? Those games that they play, those role playing games, that they play in football. What are those called again?
Fantasy.
Fantasy. There you go.
The queen of fantasy herself. The queen of fantasy, Emily Dabeck. How are you, Emily?
Well, you know, losing in all of my fantasy leagues currently.
How many leagues are you in?
2. So not that many, but I am losing in all of them. And I'm pretty sure you guys agreed that I lost last week as well. So that would be 3 if we're including
I definitely lost.
No, you did not.
For a vote.
I won. It's hands down.
Y'all stuck me with Dooku.
Ooh. Yeah. I think we agreed Freddie won.
What?
I might have taken second.
Hey, I won the Legends version.
What?
Right? Rick probably won like the more canonical version, I would say.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah, that's fair.
His angry white guy team was definitely a choice.
Yeah.
Angry white guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Legendary.
I'm really surprised you didn't get Dooku.
He was my backup. He was my backup for sure. But I wanted to let
Dooku,
Jared have
forever
him.
the backup.
Yeah.
You know what's one of the best moments in all of Star Wars? The moment that Dooku realizes that he was played.
Yeah.
He looks over at Palpatine and he's like, what? And his head's just gone. And it's a great moment. Every time I watch it now, I straight up cackle.
Oh,
the
man.
look on Christopher Lee's face when he realizes
he's expendable.
that Palpatine was in on it the whole time.
Yep.
Is fantastic. And he's like, no way, bro.
Yeah.
And then his head is just rolling across the floor.
You know, I feel like that's
what a strong choice.
Kind of the Jedi part of him, right? Like the Jedi are very strong-willed in what they believe and tend to just follow a certain path. And in a lot of the books, what do they call them? Self-righteous, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a trait probably from the Jedi, because I feel like as a Sith, you should always be aware of deception, period. Right?
Deception.
Mm-hmm.
Deception. Oh, got it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. We're talking about our impressions before the show. I don't want to hear any more. Just that one? That was just no more impressions. Well, we do have some other fun things going on here tonight. I'm not going to spoil Andor for anybody except for the noodles. If that was a spoiler, you can direct all of your complaints at Darth Daybeck on Twitter.
Okay.
I couldn't remember anybody else's, so that's what I said.
Y'all,
Yeah,
I
wake
keep
up
staring
Freddie.
at this picture of the noodles, and so I'm like hungry, and so I'm like eating crackers over here. So just thanks for that.
Delicious. Delicious.
Yeah, eating
blue
crackers
noodles.
on a podcast is definitely what the people want to hear. Rick,
ASMR.
Gross.
Some ASMR.
Sure. Well, as we get into it tonight, here in the month of September 2022, if you're listening from the future, hey, what's up? And how's my beard looking? Have I started regrowing it? Anyway, if you're listening from the future, this is our weekly Roundup show, monthly even Roundup show. There it is, where we are talking about all the things that are hitting the shelves in our collections, the new acquisitions we get as Legends collectors. We're talking about the new things that are going to be hitting everybody's shelves, the new releases coming up soon in the wide world of Legends. And then we're going to play a fun little game, a game this time around that I know nothing about Emily and Freddie have crafted it behind the scenes, and it's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. How are you? I can totally not be in control, and it's great. I love it here.
I would love to go with the flow, but like, when does the flow start? And how long is it going to take?
And what's the dress code, right?
I'm not with the flow. The flow is with me.
Nice. And so we do want to say, as we get into it, thank you to our patrons who help us make the show and supply the goods and click the links and all that good stuff. So I want to say a special thank you this week to Sonia White, a new annual patron, and CJ Pfeiffer, or something like that. Welcome, CJ and Sonia. Happy to have you part of the team doing the fun stuff here at YOUTINI. We've got some very fun things coming up around the bend. In fact, I'm very much looking forward to the 50th episode of the Star Wars Archives. How about y'all?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
So excited.
Yep.
Freddie, I was
Great
floating
show.
a theory recently that among the top 10 best episodes of Legends Look Back, there's at least 3 or 4 of them that are Trevor episodes.
Totally. I mean, Trevor.
Everything he touches turns to gold.
I'll never
Very
forget
accurate statement.
when I met Trevor, I was very astounded. First of all, by somebody who knew basically everything there was to know about. At the time, it wasn't Legends. To me, it was just regular everything Star Wars. He just knows it all. But not just that. When I first met him, I knew he was just a trove of information. So I called him the Trevor Trove, and I think that's the first episode we had with him.
I made that up. You can't take credit for the Trevor Trove.
You
I think
know
he
what?
just did.
It's possible.
You said it so confidently that
Fact check.
It's canon. It's
canon now.
That's for sure.
Just walk in the room like you own it.
Well.
But yeah, basically he's a Trevor Trove of information, Star Wars information, and the fact that he has a place to do that, and he had a place to do it on our show, it really proves that this guy is, he knows what he's talking about. He's a gem.
The dynamic between him and Joxy is one of the greatest things in podcast history. And I love it so freaking much. And they're doing a great job.
Yeah, they are.
Congratulations on 50 episode. Guys, I said episode, and then I kind of paused and then said, guys. So there it is. Congratulations. It's time for Thracken's Thrift Store. You guys have anything that you want to show off? Any
Yes.
new acquisitions? Because I've got some juicy, very collectible books that I am very excited to show. But first, Emily, who doesn't even collect that much. said
Yeah.
yes. So
I do.
what you got, Emily?
So
that's
this
big.
is like a new discovery within something I already own, which I feel like counts. So
What?
in the Galaxy's Edge cookbook, there's
Noodles!
a recipe for blue noodles.
What?
So if you are interested in some more noodles like in Andor, Galaxy's Edge cookbook, highly recommend.
Patreon
Also,
exclusive content. Emily, we got to get like cook Emily, where you like guide us through some Star Wars recipes.
that would be awesome. I actually have not made anything from this cookbook, but I have great intentions, especially when the noodles are blue. Also, Legends reference in the sides, starters and snacks.
What?
On page 51 of the
found an
Galaxy's
Easter
Edge
egg?
cookbook, I found an Easter egg. I want you guys to guess what it is. It's
Okay.
in the sides, starters, and snacks.
I can do this. Oh,
And it's a salad.
Ah, dang it. I was going to guess like a Greedo milkshake, like the time that he Wooher blends him into a drink.
Oh, that would be great. I wonder if that's in here.
A salad.
I was thinking, I'm dealing with my
Is it-
Thrakken's thing over here.
Is it Corellian?
a Corellian salad?
No, not Corellian.
Corellian croutons. That would be cool. Okay.
Alderanian.
There's definitely an
Alderanian crumble.
aroma.
See what I'm saying?
Roma.
Roma.
An aroma.
An aroma. The aroma
It's
of
very compelling.
Shizor. Oh, Shizor's pheromone?
No.
Shizor salad.
Shizor salad.
Oh, Shizor. I get it.
That's
Shizor
terrible.
salad.
Yeah, it's I think it's too small for you to see, but it is in here, and I can't wait to make it.
No
I bet it's
way.
gonna be the best salad I've ever had.
A Shizor
Super
salad?
pumped.
That is
Yes.
the greatest thing? Oh my god.
That is pretty great. Yeah.
I still to this day think that is what Ewan McGregor was looking at Celebration. I think he stopped and gawked at Freddie, what on earth is happening over there? You've got Boba Fett's helmet in your lap.
Coming from the depths of the shadows, like from the back of his display, the light begins to reveal.
There we go. I had to process it.
All right. What do we have, Freddie?
All right. So I don't have noodles, but Rick, do you mind switching over to your camera real quick and showing that beautiful Funko Pop that you have?
Sure.
Okay.
Look at that. Oh.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, your camera doesn't want to focus on Jar Jar's friggin' face.
It's on manual.
It's adorable.
Hey, Jar Jar, what's up?
Also, Rick is wearing an awesome hat, as usual.
Thank you.
It is. So what we're looking at here, everybody, is for scale. Freddie wants to show us a regular-sized Funko Pop. How tall you think it is, Rick? 6 inches?
Nah, that's like 3-4 inches. 3.75, I think.
3.75 inch. Are you counting the eye stalks or not?
No. I mean, I'm just...
Joe, they're so unsettling. Please change it to something else.
Hold it right up to your head there, Rick.
Let's get an Ahsoka.
There you go.
Here
you go.
Adorable.
Much nicer.
Hey.
All right.
Look at that.
You're having a little moment with, I feel like cheek to cheek. So cute.
There's the thumbnail. There it is. Okay.
Precious.
What do you have, Freddie?
Ready for this? Oh my goodness.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Monster Boba.
Freddie is
got like a
2.5 foot Boba Fett.
I'm trying to get this in the frame.
It's like too big.
It's like if Boba Frick put on the helmet.
It's like if you had a life-size helmet and you put it on
Boba
like
Frick.
a little tiny
Boba
body.
Frick. Hey!
Boba Frick. You heard it here first, folks.
So I'm going to show the box here for a second. This is the box that it came in.
Oh my gosh. That is so huge.
Rotate it.
I think I need one.
You know when you buy something and it says the size and you're like, okay, I get it. 18 inches. But then you actually see the box and everything that it came in, and it is humongous. It's much bigger than I had expected.
Freddie posts in the company the company conversation, he says company text, he's like, hey, by the way, look at this friggin' huge box that showed up in my house. Comes up to my knee. It's a single Funko Pop.
I guess so many Funko Pops are in this thing.
Freddie, have I ever told you about my sandbox?
No, you haven't.
When my wife and I got our first puppy 8 years ago, we were bored. We didn't have any kids, and we needed a way to entertain the puppy. We had a big old fenced-in backyard. There was nothing in it. No trees, no nothing. And I said, all right, we got to find a way to entertain this puppy. I'm going to build... sometimes I have crazy ideas.
Of course.
This was one of them. The joke is 1 out of 10 of my ideas is good.
Okay.
They're not garbage. This is my ongoing rule, and it's up to the people around me to help me find the right ones. This was one of my crazy ideas, the puppy playground. So I designed on the iPad all these different things I was going to put in the yard, including a sandbox, so that the puppy could dig in the sandbox. Wouldn't dig anywhere else because he would have his own dedicated digging place. So far, what y'all think about my idea?
Well, it's really hard to control a puppy.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we live in the middle of nowhere. There's like no stores. So I just go to Amazon and I Google. I was like, those turtle sandboxes that everybody had in the 90s that their cats pooped in?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to buy one of those. So I Googled in Amazon turtle sandbox. $20. I clicked purchase. I was like, I don't know how they're going to get that here. We'll see. A couple days later, you know what showed up? Box this big. 6 inches, not 6 feet.
Oh. What is the point of a sandbox that's 6 inches?
It was for tactile play.
Oh my gosh. So it's like a Zen garden.
Get some sand.
It's a turtle sandbox.
Get some sand between your fingers.
Did you keep it?
No. I probably
returned it.
I either returned. Yeah, it was the first time I had to figure out how to do an Amazon return. In fact, I was like, I expected somebody to show up with a truck, haul a huge turtle sandbox out of
Please,
onto my porch.
Please tell me.
$20.
Please tell me you left a legendary review for it.
This sandbox sucks.
You can't even fit a turtle in it.
My dog can't even dig in this thing.
Did you ever get a sandbox for your dog?
No.
Well,
yeah.
We
Alright.
did, however, buy, those ball pit balls from like McDonald's?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
I bought a bag of like 500 of those at Toys R Us. And this shows you how long ago it was. There were Toys R Us's.
Yeah.
And the dog popped a bunch of them. And then they were across the yard for like the next 5 years. And the neighbor kids would come by and throw them at each other. It was really fun. I'd be like, what's that sound out there? Oh, it's the neighbor kids throwing my little dog balls
Pop,
at each
pop,
other.
pop, 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 pop.
Moving
It's
on.
like the greatest thing ever. It's like not popping boba. It's popping sand pit balls.
That's
Just
right.
everywhere.
Finally, we were getting ready to move, and my
Oh
wife's
my
like, what are you doing?
gosh.
I was like, oh, I'm picking up the balls so we can move them with us. And she's like, we are not taking those things. So they've become emblematic of all my bad ideas. Like, I'll say, hey, I got this idea. We're going to do this thing. And she'll say, you remember the dog balls?
That's what I think of your idea.
Nice.
They're dog balls. That's right. So, Freddie, congratulations on your Boba Fett.
Thank you.
Massive.
You're now a proud
Boba
parent,
Fett.
just like our
You're
buddy Parker.
Babu Fett.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Does
Very
it even
good.
fit on like your bookshelf? Is my question. Does it fit?
Oh yeah.
What do you?
I don't know
oh, it
yet. We'll
does?
figure that
Put
out.
it on the dash of your car, like a little bobblehead.
Oh,
I don't think it'll
also,
fit.
Yeah.
I had here's part 2 of the story. Okay, there's part 2 because part 1 was buying it, and if you know how expensive this thing was, you just saw the price and you're like, okay, I'll figure it out when after the pre-order.
Oh,
One of those
right.
kinds of
Clock
things,
is ticking.
right?
Tick, 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 tick. Gotta make some
Yeah,
money. Yard
exactly. I
sale
need
time.
this now. It's not often that you're gonna get an 18-inch Boba Fett Funko Pop. I mean,
definitely
that's kind of the thing that I feel like I collect, right? Those like out of the blue kind of thing.
I gotta know.
And,
Over or under $50?
Oh, way over. Maybe.
Oh no. Oh,
Double
I don't know.
that.
No, don't. I don't need to know.
okay.
Double that. Well, I accidentally bought 2 of them.
You pre-ordered
What?
it twice. That's how much you love Boba Fett.
Well, I didn't know if the first one went through. I didn't trust it, and then I got the other one, and then of course it's a GameStop thing, and their system is incredibly wonky, and I get 2
Oh.
Boba Fetts. And of
Somebody's
course,
having a dope Christmas.
Yeah.
see.
Oh.
So I've got 2 of them. I might keep them both because it's like
This is getting out of hand.
Yeah. No, there are 2 of them.
Bookends.
Boba Fett. Where? Boba Fett. Where?
They could like be garden gnomes.
Oh.
Like stick them out front.
Hey, in the spirit of legends, one is Boba Fett, and the other one is
Jester
the
Mariel?
imposter, the imposter
Yeah.
who he has to duel with in Twin
The
Engines
retcon.
of Destruction.
Oh,
Yeah, the
yeah,
retcon
yeah.
Boba Fett. Yes,
Nice.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
That's a good idea.
I love
Or-
that.
Cast,
I'm down.
Jodo
If
Cast.
you want,
Jodo Cast.
I'll buy it from you for a deal.
Rick is incredible. at tracking.
$5.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I do
One
love
time,
it.
Rick and I went to the same store and bought the same thing, and he paid $5 less than me. Yeah, he was like, "All right, I'm gonna haggle," and I was like, "I can't watch this. I'm too embarrassed." And I left the store, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna pay that much."
No, like it was legitimate. Mine was the display. It had been opened from the shrink wrap. Yours was unopened, so there's a legitimate, query.
There's a place for haggling.
Yeah.
I respect it.
I don't.
I would
It's
trust Rick
disgusting.
in a Moroccan street fair.
It's embarrassing.
Oh
It's
man.
embarrassing. You're such a dad. All right. What else do we have?
That is
Anybody
true.
else?
I got
That's-
some stuff,
that's
but I'd rather you go first, Jared, just in case I can one up you again.
No, mine is awesome.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
All
Okay,
right.
what-
Well,
all right,
let's
Freddie.
see.
What you got? What you got, Freddie?
No, nothing. I'm just trying to put this Boba Fett down. It's so heavy.
Okay, cut to me while Freddie brings out the
rolls
forklift.
his Boba Fett away.
That's right. Okay. This is something we talked about long ago on a segment that we fondly like to call something Legends Lookout, right? This was at one point a big announcement. We were very excited. I now have product in hand. It's been pre-ordered for like 6 months. Here we go. I've got Tales of Kenobi, the Barnes & Noble hardcover exclusive. Let me to Vanna White this stuff. Ready?
I love
Nice.
it. It's such a beautiful cover.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
gorgeous.
the
what's even
backside,
better
too.
is the back, and what you really can't tell over the camera is the glossy metallic sheen
Oh, nice. Yeah.
of these sabers. You might can see them
Mhm.
glisten a little bit here.
A bit, yeah.
Okay. Then it's got a like Bible kind of tassel bookmark, right?
Perfect.
Ooh.
Just talking about our it just makes you feel important. Look at that. It's
Mm.
wagging its tail. That's how happy it is that I bought
Totally.
this book. Okay.
Hmm.
And then on the inside, there's Ralph McQuarrie concept art
Oh man.
of the
That's
Dune Sea.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not getting any smell, but I'm getting over being sick. So this actually has Kenobi and, oddly enough, The Approaching Storm by
Interesting.
Alan Dean Foster. To be fair, Obi-Wan's in it, so there's
Yeah.
that. All right, so Tales of Kenobi. But wait, now there are two of them. I also got
Oh yes.
The Bounty Hunter
Whoa.
Wars,
Nice.
which I've been saying for years should have just been one book in the first place. It had no business being a trilogy. It's a little bit like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is still going on. Not my favorite Legends book. Plenty of good ideas, just a little long and wordy and confusing and convoluted, and yeah, I've got a lot to say about that. Okay, Slave One on the back, or the fire spray ship. Look at it. All right, we're gonna about to stick Han Solo in the cargo hold here.
Hey, look at that.
The other way. Yep. Okay.
Very reflective.
Yep. What else on the inside? We've got the squad,
Ooh.
the Squirtle squad, if you will.
That's
Very
a.
cool.
Isn't this a Ralph McQuarrie as well?
Yeah, we've got Zuckuss, Forlom, Dengar, IG-88, and Boba Fett. Bosk, however, no Bosk. Bosk didn't make the cut. Poor Bosk. No, Bosk is here. Dengar's missing. I missed
Singer's missing.
Yep, Dengar's missing. Anyway, very proud of these. Rick, please tell me that you're not just about to show off the exact same thing I got.
Dude, have some faith, okay?
Because I do have one more thing. I also found the Halloween Pokemon cards.
Oh, you did.
They have the
What?
trick or trade. This year for Halloween, Pokemon has released Halloween Pokemon cards. So there's packs. There are 3 cards per pack. They're just like, instead of candy, you can give out Pokemon cards and be the coolest dad on the block. And we already cracked
That's a pretty good idea.
We cracked a handful of packs just because I needed to have some for the collection. And it's about to be sugar-free Halloween up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Love it.
Wow. That's pretty awesome.
That's a nice treat to give. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
Everyone.
I think so.
I remember getting pennies, and I felt like that was cool.
Yeah.
One time, pretty sure I even got toothpaste.
The self-control
Very
it's
interesting.
taking to save these for the kids and not open them all for myself is really hard.
And it's hard with candy too.
Rick, you're
just
up.
give it to a group of 3.
Mm.
There's 3 cards in here. Figure it out.
All right, here we go. So yeah, that happened.
Rick is also holding up the same.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But wait, actually, I almost did buy it signed from John Jackson Miller because he was selling them on his website.
That really would have been.
But one
open
of
up.
them was free.
I also got this one.
Oh yeah, the classic.
It's one of the Star Wars trilogy. It's the Darth Vader cover, and I decided that I'm going to collect the rest of them, and I've almost finished.
I've also
pending.
decided the same thing.
Oh, nice.
But
Okay.
I've not. I've only got that one and the Han Solo one, and then these 2.
Nice.
I don't have the other 3 original trilogy.
Yeah, there's an R2, a 3PO, and a Leia, and I'm not going to disclose which ones I'm lacking so that nobody goes out and overbids me or anything.
You know the sad
Villages.
thing, Rick, is I used to like see those sitting in Barnes and Noble, and
Yeah.
I just pass by them
Yeah,
at cover price, thinking, "Oh, I already bought one.
yeah.
I don't need to buy others." Ugh! What was I thinking?
I know. Same. Like, yeah, they're really nice. The whole leather bound is a nice touch, and then these have also some good old Ralph McQuarrie
Ugh.
prints
I
in
love
them.
that.
One of the most iconic there, and then the back is
Mhm.
a good one as well.
Man,
So,
Ralph
Oh, yeah.
McQuarrie's art is just absolutely gorgeous.
indeed.
I don't know how to describe it.
Freddie Ralph McQuarrie art might be my favorite.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars iconography ever.
I agree with you on that. I think everyone can agree with you on that.
For sure. Also unpacked a Locutus of Borg
Oh
man.
my gosh! What is
And
this thing?
my kids put this on my desk, so that's
That
cool too.
What a
You're
great
nightmare
haul.
fuel.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Nightmare fuel.
That's right.
Chicken.
I've been one-upped by nightmare fuel. Love that. Great.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Very fun. I'm looking forward to.
Moving right along.
I've not been like actively going to bookstores or doing any scouring the marketplaces. I'm feeling like it's time to add a few nice new additions to the collection for the content. You know, for the content.
I've been thinking about actually selling some of my books and reducing and kind of digging into some of the more collectible stuff and just getting rid of my books. I decided I'm probably gonna read them on Kindle anyway, and so I've been thinking about just going to all digital for the straight up novels. We'll see.
It is convenient to pull out a Star Wars book instead of scrolling social media. You could read a chapter.
That's what I do, actually. I just deleted Instagram and Facebook, the apps.
Yeah, I do
and
too.
now I just read the Kindle app on my
Nice.
phone.
I
Teamwork.
put 30-minute timers
Yeah.
on all of my social apps.
Yeah.
So that way, after the 30 minutes, I have to go through the process of unlocking it, and it's just a pain.
I
Also
don't know how to
reminds
do that,
you.
but that's a good idea too.
Yeah, it's in your screen time.
Is it like guided
if you have
access?
Apple.
I imagine
okay.
Emily pulls out an actual coach's stopwatch.
Yeah.
Listen, I tell ALEXA to do that.
But there's nothing
Not
like
like
the
totally
physical book.
in the dark.
Right.
She's listening.
She's always listening. They're everywhere. Okay, what were you saying, Freddie?
Freddie likes a
Nothing.
physical book. Freddie is a
like
Renaissance
physical
man.
books.
He's like an old school kind of. He packs his own.
Yeah, he
cigars.
likes his he likes his Funkos mega size.
Don't you like cure your own
Big one.
tobacco or something classy like that?
It packs
Tobacco.
a pipe, don't you?
Yeah, packing a pipe is an art. Just can't just throw the tobacco in there and expect it to stay lit. Also, rolling cigars very difficult. It's an art in itself.
So, case in point, you know exactly. I just totally pulled something out of thin air.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you read real books. I bet you also type on a typewriter, Freddie.
You know, I used to do that for my projects and school reports.
I have one in my office.
Oh my gosh. Well, you don't have to read. What's the segue here? You know what's not a blast from the past? The new Legends book's coming out very soon.
Yeah.
Moving on to Legends Lookout, just a couple of things to keep on the radar. Number one, you know how we read the Crimson Empire saga?
Mm-hmm.
Like not that long ago? We were ahead of the curve.
Yes, we were.
It is now releasing as a Legends Epic Collection, being packaged as the New Republic Volume 6, and it contains literally everything we read for the show.
Wow.
So
Maybe-
Gosh, you're right.
Maybe it's because of the show.
Mm.
I'd
maybe
like to
so.
say so.
Check our view count.
Canon. It's canon. Crimson Empire, all 6 issues, 7 issues. I said 0. Wow. Who knows? Who knew? Maybe I read it? I don't know. You've got Keenick's Kill, the Crimson Empire 2, Council Blood, Crimson Empire 3, Empire Lost, Hard Currency, and Third Time Pays for All. I don't know for sure if I read that, but I will be buying this and find out. How good is Crimson Empire?
Crimson Empire is fantastic. It is
It was
so
great.
man, it's like a Fight Club mixed with I mean, I would say Mall Lockdown is the most Fight Clubby book, but the other one was
Don't talk
was
about
like was it was, how would you describe it? It's very very adult, very intense.
Yeah, it's like almost memifying how hardcore 80s action movie it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way to
Yeah.
say it. Yeah, it has a lot of, like, I was surprised by it. I didn't think it would be that good. I thought it was, like, what's their story in an Imperial Guard? Like, what?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was really good. It had way more of the rebellion than I thought. And, yeah, good deal.
It was great.
Nice. So you can pick up your copy.
Mm-hmm.
And I have learned with some of these, you got to get them if you're like trying to collect them all. Got to catch them all. Got to catch them all. Right.
I know. Every time.
Because some of these get scooped up. Like the Dark Empire one. That sucker's a collectible now. And that's not really been out for all that long. Since we started doing the show, Freddie. I remember saying live on the show, I'm not going to buy it because I already own it.
Yeah.
Boy, was that a mistake. It's now worth like $80. Maybe more. Well, we also have coming up soon, about one more month until the next wave of Essential Legends collections. Emily, what are they?
We've got my favorite, Revan and Deceived and the Back to War. And they are moody covers. They're just gorgeous.
Purple on
Okay.
all three.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say.
Jewel
Interesting.
tones, very dark, but like points of light in each.
What are
It's
jewel tones?
very good. Like the tones of
Sapphires.
jewels. Like, yeah, like sapphires and rubies, emeralds. Like
I
those
played
kinds of
Ruby,
things.
Sapphire, and Emerald.
Me
I-
too.
They were great.
Ruby all the way.
I kind of might think those are the best Pokemon games. I don't know.
I
Maybe.
agree. Yeah, that was the only one I played. So through to the end. And they wouldn't let me go to the island with all the masters, and I got really ticked. the
level
game glitched, and I was like, "Really now?"
Man.
At this
I'm
point,
excited. I'm excited
Yeah,
for these,
no, they're gonna be
especially
great.
Back to War. Like just
Mhm.
getting back into X-Wing and listening to those audiobooks, fantastic.
All right, question
but
for
also-
you guys.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Sorry.
I would say Revan and Deceived, great. Fantastic.
So
Deceived, I remember liking the first time around. It's definitely due for a revisit for me. It's. I remember enjoying it more than the other Old Republic books. Go ahead, Rick.
if I'm going to play KOTOR and KOTOR 2, should I hold off to read these until I've actually played the games, or should I just read them and play when I have the time?
you can read them.
good question.
You can honestly just read
I would
them.
say hold off on Revan.
Okay.
I would say hold off on
Isn't that
Revan.
the first one?
What do you mean?
Is it a trilogy or no? There's
They
different.
don't flow into each
standalones?
other.
It's
Okay.
it's not a
all-
linking trilogy. Yeah, it's
Okay.
It was
I
like
started
a
to see, but I
publicized.
haven't finished it, so I haven't really gotten a good grasp yet.
They're loosely bound video game tie-in novels.
Cool.
Very
Um,
loosely bound.
It's great. That's
are
a great
they
description.
are they the same characters, or are they totally different characters?
Totally different across the 4 books.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So Rick, I
That's
read
very
these
good to know.
books.
Yeah.
I read Revan and Deceived. What's the other one?
Annihilation.
Dawn of the
Annihilation.
Fatal Alliance.
Fatal
Okay.
Fatal Alliance. Yeah. Okay. Read all of them before I even played the games, and then I played the games, and I appreciated it because I understood a bit more of what was happening in the background.
Okay.
So it's really like, I don't think you'll miss anything from reading them.
Okay.
And
I would
playing the game.
vehemently disagree on Revan. I would say hold off on Revan because it will spoil both of the KOTOR games.
Okay.
And as Skuma Joe says the same.
Yeah, you're
And
right
I would say the
about
game
that.
does it better. The game does it better. So you want to
Hmm.
experience the game.
Fatal Alliance and Deceived. I don't believe give anything up on
Yeah,
the games
you're
that I
safe
can
with
think of.
Deceived. Deceived, I think it actually tells the story of like that really iconic video game trailer for SWTOR.
Oh yeah.
So you could watch the trailer, which is awesome. I mean, seriously, one of the coolest Star Wars cinematic things ever created. The Deceived trailer. And then it actually tells the story of that and beyond. So that's how I would do it, Rick. So
Yeah.
very excited to have those. We've got Wave 6 also announced. We don't have covers yet, so we'll hold off on those for another day. This is Wave 5, I believe. So I've got Revan, Deceived, and the Back to War. All right, it is time to talk about not the Legends books that are coming out soon, but the Legends books that we've been reading. Because it's time for an update on the race to the finish. I, this week, have been working really hard
Ooh.
on trying to finish this godforsaken book that I'm reading right now
Which one?
so that I could up that number one more. And I'm really close. I'm like 100 pages or less from the
Okay.
finish line. We'll definitely finish it this weekend, and nothing can stop me. And I know I say this with pretty much every Legends book that I'm reading these days. It might be the worst book I've ever read in my entire life. Bless its
Man.
heart. Bless its heart. Children of the Jedi
Oh man.
is
Okay.
rough. All right, look at this though. Really cool. Gamorrean on the spine. Gamorrean on the spine. So that means when I
Ah.
put this on the bookshelf, spine out, that Gamorrean is just looking at me all the time. Yeah, really cool. The Gamorreans, I kid you not, they're stormtroopers. There's Gamorrean stormtroopers in this book.
What?
Huh.
Uh-huh.
How does it work?
Freddie. It doesn't, which is why this book is ridiculous. Freddie,
That's
you know
fascinating. I can't wait to read it.
the old inside joke about the Depa Balaba deadpan stare?
Yeah.
What if I told you it wasn't the first occurrence of a deadpan stare on a Legends book cover?
Get out of here.
You ready?
Yes.
Callista Ming is doing a Depa Balaba deadpan stare before Depa Balaba ever did it. Also, Luke
Yeah, there it is.
Luke looks like a woman on this one, but
Yeah.
yeah.
little bit.
Callista Ming, look at that thing.
You didn't know?
And there's a cat.
He
He's the
ended up
worst.
he ended up getting a nose job in I forget which book, and tipped it up a bit and got his lips filled.
What is cool with this cover is the garbage mound of sand people there. Just a
That's
huge
beautiful.
pile up.
Yeah.
What's the thing in rugby where they're all a big pile of people?
I don't know.
The squirm? The
Mm.
scrum.
Scrum.
Yeah.
Scrum,
A scrum
that's
of sand
Mm.
people.
Scrum.
Okay. I am currently at 8. I'm at 8.
Ooh.
How about y'all?
Counting right now.
Whoa,
Ready?
sound effects.
Yeah.
That was really
That
cool.
was cool.
That was.
I heard that noise the exact same moment. I just checked a direct message from Corey, and I was
Oh,
going
dear.
to admit my stomach just dropped deep down to the basement.
Nice.
Okay,
That's
I'm
hilarious.
at 8.
You're
All right,
winning.
So I'm at
Out of everybody else.
You know what? I'm gonna go last because I've got to
Uh-oh.
finish my count here.
Oh dear.
I
Unless
don't
I
have an
can't.
update from Tyler yet. I reached out to him earlier today.
Do we know what was
Shout
yet
out to
before?
I think he's right around 8. Yeah, he's we're gonna count him as
Yeah,
8.
y'all are pretty close.
All right.
And Skooma Joe has read 78 books in the last 17 months. Shout out!
I don't
to
Holy
even know how
cow.
that's possible.
He
Yeah.
also says he just finished the Unifying Force, so finished the New Jedi Order. It's been a huge undertaking, and I believe the message was, "I just finished the Unifying Force. I need to take a break from Star Wars."
Understandable.
Exhausting. 19
Yeah.
books. Congratulations. Okay, but who else we got?
I'm at 8 as well.
All right, I got a bone to
Ah.
pick with you, Rick.
Yep. Pick away.
Okay.
The original scope for this was we were reading the Legends books that we had never read, that we had to read in order to get to the end. Have you counted any comics?
Let's see. I don't think so.
I'm on the fence on whether or not we should count them.
I've counted Rebel Dawn, Wedge's Gamble, which was a reread, but it had been years. And then looks like 2 Bane books, which were also rereads, but I read them. And then Rise of Vader, Krytos Trap.
All right, it's all good. You're all
Yeah,
above
yeah,
board.
yeah.
I'll count it.
Yeah.
I just really don't want to get last, okay?
Yeah.
I just will do
It
whatever it
doesn't
takes.
seem like you're fishing at all.
Yeah.
You're not.
That's right.
Emily,
Emily.
how many books have you read?
I am at 10, according to the original rules, and not Jared's new jealous rules.
Jealous rules.
I just really cannot begin to describe to you how much I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel right now. I saved some of the roughest
You
Legends
did.
for
You
last,
did.
and it's tough.
And I'm just getting started, so it's all wonderful.
Yeah, I know.
Now, granted, I do believe Splinter of the Mind's Eye is included among mine, so I don't know how. I don't know. There's
Let me
just
tell you
lots
this,
of
Emily.
variety.
Children of the Jedi would like to challenge Splinter of the Mind's Eye for an epic duel to the death
Ooh,
on which is the worst Legends book. Because
I think Scuba in the chat said that the prose is like sandpaper on the brain,
Oh.
which I feel like is such a wonderful word picture in
Yeah.
my mind.
here's me reading the book. All right, this is it. I'll read a few lines and I'm like, what's going on my phone? And I check it. And an hour later, I'm like, okay, I got to read this book. And then I'm like, oh, Oh my gosh.
Why don't you give us a
What is
sample?
happening? Okay, this is a random paragraph. I gotta find something that sounds ridiculous. I find that one stretch of the book that was insufferably insane. Okay. Bundled trunk lines of cable and wire brushed Luke's shoulders as he hitched himself laboriously in the Jawa's wake. Hoses like glistening black esophagi and thinner lines of rubbery insulated fiber optic coax crowding close, as if he were indeed ascending the. I can't do it. I can't. As if he were indeed ascending the alimentary canal of some monstrous beast. Oh my gosh! What even is this?
You know what that is?
Okay.
That's trying too hard to be sci-fi.
Yeah.
That
sure.
sounds like a Patreon goal to me.
I mean,
Not doing it.
not gonna lie, I was vaguely interested, so I kind of want to know more. That
There's-
coax.
Let's make Jared
sounds
read an
cool.
entire
There's
chapter.
some fun things. There's some fun things. There's some awful things, and the writing is not great, and it's 100 pages too long, and shouldn't have been a trilogy.
I'm gonna
It's
have
a
to
trilogy?
on the next
Yeah.
one for October.
This is the first book.
Oh, man.
No.
I'm gonna have to give you. We'll have to figure out what Star Trek book the loser's gonna read, and I'll start reading a sampling of that just to motivate the rest of us to keep on.
It's a loose trilogy. It's a loose trilogy. The second book is by KJA. It's Darksaber. It's where there's a Hutt super weapon. I'm excited. But then the third book bounces right back to the same author, and it's a continuation of the whole Callista storyline. Luke is you guys have probably heard this. His student is with him on this mission and dies. And then his 100-year-old Jedi girlfriend, whose soul is trapped in the computer of the super weapon, inhabits the body of his dead student. And they're like, yeah, let's see see
Makes
if we can
sense.
keep this flame going.
Oh man.
Essence transfer.
Yeah.
At its finest.
There we go.
It's so morally dubious.
So we might have to count this one for 2 then. Is what I'm hearing.
200, Rick.
200.
200.
No, it's okay. I'm kind of enjoying it, but it's rough.
Yeah.
Who's up next?
I'm kind of enjoying it, but you know.
Freddie C,
So,
what you at?
It looks like 8 is the magic number here today. I'm currently at 8, so that's including some books
That
like
is a
Fatal
race
Alliance,
to the finish.
Mm-hmm.
Annihilation.
Yeah.
I hadn't
All right,
I
neck
hadn't
and neck.
read I hadn't read yeah, it is. I hadn't read Fatal Alliance or Annihilation, and I just I finished Fatal Alliance a while back, and then Annihilation just recently got through. I like the spec ops of Annihilation, but they definitely feel different. I don't know how to describe it other than just different. They are Old Republic books, so there's the characters are all different, but they also don't have that same Star Warsy vibe that I'm used to. But they're good. They're solid books, but definitely not masterpieces. And I really did like Mall Lockdown. It was just a fight jail.
Wow,
Right,
if we
it's
had
a-
a
You
bingo
really
card
liked it.
of the number of times
Yeah.
that Freddie has talked
So
about how
down
much he
for it.
likes Small Lockdown,
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah,
And he can't use
said
the
it a
Force.
lot.
please
he
put it
can't
on the
use the
bingo
Force.
card.
He's just using his brute
That's a good
strength.
idea.
And it's got a
and
Darth
then-
Plagueis cameo.
Yep, it does. It ties in with some Plagueis there. And I am halfway through Shadowhunter and absolutely digging it. And boy, we didn't get enough of Maul in episode 1, did we?
Mm-mm.
No,
for
He is
sure.
an
definitely
amazing
not.
character.
He
Yeah.
has 2
Yeah, and-
lines in the entire film.
What?
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Just like
Hmm.
what Boba Fett, he had a couple lines. How
He
many
has,
lines did
he has
he
a very dramatic nod.
Oh
He
yeah,
does.
that's such a good nod.
Very-
That was a good impression of that nod, Rick.
Thank you. I worked on it.
Yeah, I was almost
There it is.
intimidated.
Almost.
So the next step for me here, I'm excited for this. I'm seeing if I can finish this by the end of the year. The answer is probably no, seeing how many books there are. But I'm really going to try to get into and heavily into the new Jedi Order series.
Mm.
And see if I can finish it by the end of the year, but I don't think I can do that.
There's a lot
know.
of books in that series. How
Hey,
many are there total?
19 Plus-
19.
plus a novella.
Yeah.
There's some short stories.
Do novellas
and there's
count?
comics. No, just the 19 is what I would do.
Okay,
oh,
but
you
for
for the
race
number?
to the finish.
Definitely not. No, they do
Okay.
not count. Here's the fun thing, Freddie. Books 2 and 3 got some core and horn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And those are stackable books too.
They are. The first New Jedi Order book, Vector Prime. Something happens in it that is so shocking and tough to swallow that I physically was ill. I read it and I immediately ran to the bathroom and puked.
I wonder if
was it a coincidence? Was it a coincidence that cafeteria food in college? Don't know. Don't know. But
Wow.
Visceral reaction.
Wow.
And I knew it was coming.
Well, guys,
let's see. Those would be Dark Tide 1 and 2, right? Onslaught and Ruin.
Yeah, that's right. Star Wars, New Jedi Order, Dark Tide, Onslaught. That's the title. That's right. Rick, what's up next?
I was just going to say, guys, I want to congratulate you guys because we're all in second place or last place, depending on how you look at it. So,
we're last.
Well, now I'm questioning my number. So, like,
no,
I thought.
Good. Count it.
Wait, what do you mean?
You can count the comics.
What is that magnanimous little gesture that you did? You're like, oh, you can have that.
I'm saying that I was being petty.
Okay.
You don't have to walk it back.
Okay, thank you for the more thorough, slightly more sincere apology.
No, it's serious. No, I'm not apologizing, but I am saying you don't have to second guess your number.
Okay, well, I just want to clarify the rules because there were some things that were kind of nebulous about my number. So I counted a full comic arc, which is like 6 issues, as 1, right?
And I had told you that you could.
Okay. So then I think I should be fine.
Yeah.
I read a short story, which I did not count. It was
Correct.
like Saboteur, Darth Maul Saboteur. And then, oh gosh, there's another
does this count as a book?
That's what I was wanting to argue, Rick. No.
Okay.
I would say you could count all 6 as a single entry of the Junior Jedi Knights.
I haven't charted those yet.
You cannot inflate your number with young reader novels.
But hold on.
I think I think that's a line in the sand.
Lando Calrissian books by page count are very tiny.
Well,
but it's
let's
not
think
just
about the
page
content.
count.
Whoa. What is our metric?
That's getting into a
reading level.
Is it cover to
the
cover?
metric is they are adult novels, which was the original scope of the competition.
So how many young adults
adult
equal
novels.
1?
Gotcha.
Or how many
see,
young
I
adult
see.
novels equal 1 adult novel?
I feel like young adult still has adult in the title.
The more we say adult, I just feel
Like
dirty.
It's not like juvenile fiction.
Is it like 2 to 1?
The line.
Man.
That's the fanfic stuff, which we
Don't talk about those.
are not doing.
All right.
Um,
Final question. I'm sorry.
yes.
Were you going to finish that?
I was
thought?
going to try to do the mathematical equation on how many young readers it would take to.
Either 2 or 3 books per.
Instead of finishing that thought, how about you help me out with this?
I'm doing maths in my brain right now.
Doing maths. Oh my gosh, I'm about to lose it again. No, okay. So I had started some books before and stopped, and it had been months, and I finished them. And I counted them as like a 2 for 1 because I finished it in the race to the finish window. So I had technically started it. I had less than half of the book read, and then I finished it. And I had 2 books like that. So I counted both of them as 1 because I finished 2 books. But
that sounds like a compromise.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's how I did it. I'll double check my numbers again.
I mean,
I don't want to beat you guys too badly. I want it to feel like it's still a fight.
That sounds like a fair compromise, right?
Yeah.
You started both, and so you counted the 2 as 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was Rick, he would
got
have
the Jerry
counted
check.
the 1 as 2.
Yeah.
You would have counted them as 5.
I would have counted the 2 as 2. Listen, the 2 as 2. Actually, no joke. When when I'm keeping track of how many books I read in the year, there's some books that I'll start in December and then finish in January, and I'll totally count them for the new year. So I would argue that you could have 2 books there. So I'm on your side there, Emily.
Moving
thank
on.
you, Rick.
Before we wrap the show tonight, may the best man, or I guess possibly Emily, win. if that's how it is. It's already late September, so we're going into the year as the deadline.
Into the holiday season though. Just a bunch of
That's
holidays.
where all the reading happens.
It is.
Is it?
Yep.
For me, it is.
Yep.
I can
And
typically
I'm
squeeze in a
gonna
couple.
finish the New Jedi Order, and I'm gonna finish Legacy of the Force by the end of the year.
Hey, next
Have fun with
I'm
that.
gonna read Death Troopers and Red Harvest. I got the audiobooks
Hey.
for both of those, and so I'm ready to go.
I even sneaked in a Dune book.
Nice.
Ooh,
Got
that's
Dune
a
Messiah
hefty
and
book.
Ooh.
All
well,
right,
I
we
read
flexed in
Dune
some
in college
fantasy?
with the second one.
All right, we flexed in some fantasy. I'm currently
I
reading
mean-
House of the Fire and Blood, the
Oh,
George R.R. Martin history
nice.
book that the show is based off of.
Nice.
So there's that.
Cool.
All right, are we ready for the Mad Libs?
we're ready.
Before we wrap the show, Emily and Freddie have planned something that I know nothing about. And I'm a little bit like, okay, how's this going to go? But I'm excited about the idea because let's be honest, sometimes, now looking at you in particular, Children of the Jedi, but sometimes the plots of Legends books sounds like you kind of entered some Legends concepts into a name generator and pressed randomize. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do, Freddie, tell the good folks about what we got.
So, yeah, we've got a couple Mad Libs coming up here, all over the place. No real theme. I guess it's just Star Wars, right? Star Wars and Legends look back theme. I had this interesting idea for some reason to do some Mad Libs for Legends look back. So I messaged Emily. I was like, hey, got an idea. What do you think about us doing some Mad Libs? Well, we did it. So we're gonna see how it goes. Never done a Mad Lib before in terms of creating one.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we get better with time. Because if this goes well, it's gonna be fun.
We'll cut you at least half as much slack as we're cutting Emily on her inflated race to the finish number.
Oh my god.
Inflated.
It's
Okay.
Fish story, kind of,
Good.
right? You just hold it closer to the camera.
And for those of you who don't know what Mad Libs are, take a story, and some words are substituted for whatever the person or the player, however you go about it, thinks of, right? So that's how it goes, and it's supposed to be funny, obtuse, and you never know how it's going to really turn out. So, and to give you some some background, I wrote an actual story, just out of thin air, and I decided, all right, we're just gonna make this a Mad Lib. So I hope it works.
We're excited. Freddie wrote this one. He gets all the credit and he gets the credit for the idea. But if you like it,
Oh, I'm so excited.
eventually we'll scrape the bottom of the barrel and we might get to one that I wrote. So
I love
see.
Mad Libs. This is gonna be great.
I'm
Ooh.
really good at scraping the bottom of the barrel these days.
Wow.
This also, in the chat as well, more interaction with you guys. So if you're not in the chat, you've never been in the chat, come hang out, come be a part of this Mad Lib. Hopefully we keep doing it in the future.
Mhm.
All right. So
Let's do it. I'm
All
excited.
right.
I was actually, Freddie, thinking about pitching this as an idea like a couple days before you mentioned it to me. So.
Synergy.
Synergy. All right, here it is. All right, let's come up with some words, and then we'll go through the story.
All right.
Let's come up with an adverb. Anybody? Good one.
Should we go in order? Or we should do anybody.
We could. What do you think, Emily? You're also the proctor here.
I am. I think that we ought to just kind of spitfire, agree on one, and then move on because we do have we have a few to go.
But
and I
you're
don't want it
gonna-
to get too.
I just
Slow.
don't want Jared to veto my words.
Yeah.
That's a
currently
valid
You know what?
feeling, Rick.
trying
I
to
understand.
remember what an adverb is. So.
LY.
An adverb is
LY.
like how you're doing something,
It
and
ends
something
in
ends in
LY.
ly.
Yeah.
Describes a verb.
I'm doing
There's a reason why I'm
well-ly.
proctoring this thing and not
Well,
doing
Lee.
it.
How about
an engineer, not a-
smartly?
Don't know how to spell.
Smartly.
Yep.
What about
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Smartly.
explodingly.
Explodingly.
We're gonna go with explodingly here.
All right.
Explodingly.
Explodedly.
All right.
Is this a contest? Because I'm winning.
Oh.
All right. The next one is a room in a house.
Pick a room in a house.
Toilet room.
There you go.
All right.
Is that a room? Toilet
That's
room?
a
Okay.
thing.
Now.
Are they refreshers in Star Wars?
Look. Okay. Yeah. This is part of the
Right.
fun. Part of the fun.
Part of the
Alright,
fun
next
is Rick
one.
doesn't know Star Wars.
Skooma Joe in the chat, come up with an adjective, or anybody in the chat, come up with an adjective.
Yeah, this one's for the chat. An
Adjective is
So
a
while we wait,
describing
them.
word.
give me some time to think about the next one.
Driving.
While we wait for them.
Okay, next one is you know what? Both Rick and Jared come up with a couple of feelings.
All right.
Feelings.
All right, we've got one for the adjective. So we need some feelings.
Feelings.
It's turning out so good.
This is
Salty
great.
is good. Salty. I like salty in the chat.
That's
I
also
like
a
it.
feeling, man. You know.
Yeah, I'm feeling salty. Spicy. Feeling spicy.
This
Oh.
is gonna be great.
All right.
All
That's
All
right.
right,
All
now
right.
you're thinking feelings.
Can I go?
Spicy is a
Chat.
feeling.
Chat, we're open to you too. We got a couple. We got about.
I'll add sour.
All right,
Gonna stick with our flavors.
feeling sour. All right.
Okay.
Jared, you want to come up with a feeling?
Yeah. What did I
Spicy.
say?
Spicy.
Hey, play on, I guess. That
Does
could
it work? Do I need to change it?
Let me think.
It's up to you if you want to come up with a better feeling.
What are the feelings? Mad, and there are
Frustrated
more feelings.
or
Are there
Jared,
more feelings than
Jared,
mad?
let's go ahead and talk about your feelings. What feelings do you experience,
Oh
buddy?
my gosh, what is this? The Care Bears?
we've got a
Does flabbergasted count as a feeling in the chat?
I mean, it's a good one. Morose, that's another one. Let's see.
I guess flabbergast, is that a feeling?
I mean, flabbergasted.
Technically.
Yeah, I was flabbergasted at the thought.
We'll do it. We'll do flat. We'll take flabbergast.
All right.
Probably need this one to be
Flabbergast and
I'm trying to think of any other feelings. I'm
here.
Googling it.
Depressed,
Um,
anxious,
angst.
excited, angst. Yeah.
Yeah, angst is good. Sure. No.
okay.
All right, we can do
All right.
angst. All right.
It's like
I
2008.
think we
I'm
have,
thinking
we
Star
have-
Killer in The Force Unleashed angst.
We have one more
Mm.
feeling, or yeah, we have one more
Yes.
feeling.
Exuberant.
I'll allow it.
Exuberance.
Mm-hmm. We can
Yeah,
do
that works.
exuberance.
Okay.
All right. Adjective.
Another adjective.
Stanky.
That
I
works.
like
Stanky it is. Another adjective.
Dying over here.
Jared, are you
What's
still thinking about
racing
your
this thing?
feelings?
I'm trying to think of any other feelings besides mad.
Oh, Skooma Joe, slimy.
Slimy.
That's a
That'll
good
work.
The
adjective.
Legends one. Yeah.
That's so perfect.
Yes.
All right. We need another action.
Cloning.
Clone can be a
Another
verb.
action.
Another action?
Yeah, a different one.
Oh,
Hyperspace wormhole.
that's not an action.
Yeah.
That works
Luke
though.
just hyperspace wormholed himself onto
Okay,
Palpatine's
okay.
sail barge.
All
All right,
right.
hyperspace wormhole.
This is good.
Oh dear,
All right,
I'm
we
worried.
can do that.
It's kind of a long
Let's
one. This
see.
is good.
Noun.
Pinky.
Okay.
What about lumpy? Lumpy?
Lumpy's an adjective.
No.
Or it's a
lumpy's
name.
proper
It's a
noun.
proper noun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chewie's son? Nephew?
No.
Mm,
Is it lump?
Uma
son?
Joe
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the chat. He's correct. Dancing fancy feet free is also an action. So
mm,
I think we're gonna stick with hyperspace wormhole here for now.
yes.
That makes me comfortable.
We need another noun.
Are we not doing pinky? Or we need more?
We need another one. I
Oh,
kept
okay.
kinky.
Lumpy.
We're doing an
Capital
additional.
L. It's Chewbacca's nephew from the holiday special.
It's in his family
That's a proper
tree.
noun.
That's
A proper noun is different.
Okay.
Proper is an adjective. Noun is
No.
a noun.
No, a proper is not an adjective. A proper noun is a type of noun.
We're learning
Proper
here.
noun.
Yeah,
Noun
yeah.
is it?
Proper noun's
Oh
like
my
a.
She
gosh.
wants a less
Okay.
proper
Jared,
noun.
It's not gonna work.
All right.
Move along.
Poop. Poop. I did it. Poop.
Okay.
That works.
That'll work. Another noun.
I can't
Poops.
do this with Rick. I can't do this
Poops.
with Rick.
I'm kidding.
Another noun.
Like a sound
in the
noun.
A
chat.
sound noun.
Yep.
Like an onomatopoeia?
Yep.
Kablam, like
You
the
want-
90s TV show.
Kablam.
Kablam. All right.
That works. I love that show.
Man,
All right. Now name
shout out
something
to
found.
Prometheus and Bob.
Prometheus and Bob tapes.
Something found on Mustafar. Thing. It can be anything.
Anakin's
Any place.
legs.
Anakin's
place.
severed legs. Over my burnt carcass.
Another like a place.
Imagine a natural body or just something like something that would exist. What would you call that?
A puddle of tears.
You're fishing here. I need more descriptive help. Lava pit, lava
like
river.
a waterfall of lava.
Waterfall
All right.
lava.
Waterfall of lava sounds great.
There we go. I think that's
Featuring
it.
Anakin's
We're
legs.
done.
All right.
All right, Freddie, you do the honors.
All right, here we go. You ready?
No.
This story is just titled Darth Vader.
Nice.
It's an original, never been seen before.
Hold on. That's not a legendsy enough name. Let's
It's-
give it.
it's a
at the
Darth
We'll
Vader.
rename it at the end.
At the
Well,
end, I'm giving it at least 4 colons. Okay.
Okay, this is called Darth Vader and the
Star
Solace.
Wars colon.
We'll have to name
Legends
it
Look
after.
Back presents colon Darth Vader colon
Lumpy's Revenge.
Lumpy's Revenge. There it is.
I'm down for it.
Yes.
Darth. Okay, this story is called Darth. We're gonna take off the first part. Darth Vader, Lumpy's Revenge. Okay, here we go. All right. Darth Vader stood explodingly in his toilet room, surrounding himself with a salty veil of the dark side. Hard. He channeled his flabbergasted and angst into his burned skin and torn muscles, attempting to heal his injuries. The hate, the anger, the exuberance,
Exuberance. Did you say
The
exuberance?
the exuberance, his nearly fatal injuries from his fight with the stanky Obi-Wan.
I can see it. This could legitimately be a Legends book.
This is getting good. That stinky
All right,
Obi-Wan.
Emily carried the baton.
Had forced him inside this his slimy mechanized life support system. As Vader began to take his first breath without his helmet, a 21B droid hyperspace wormholed in without grace, ruining Darth Vader's pinky. His anger seethed as he used his powers of the dark side to crush the droid, turning it into a poop.
Yes.
The
It was
droid's
all
like,
these big words, and then it just tanked. Okay.
the droid's electronic screams of kablam filled the chamber in one instant, and then silence. Vader flung the droid's body into the waterfall of lava, never to be seen again. He closed his eyes again to gather his focus.
Very well done. Good job. I enjoyed it.
That
was
was
pretty fun.
Definitely.
Right.
worth
I'm
it.
glad it worked.
Yeah. Yeah. I got sweat in
Couldn't
my
even
eyes.
finish my own. Yeah, I couldn't even finish my own after that stinky Obi-Wan
That's-
comment. I was
that's-
done.
That was a highlight
pretty
for
funny.
sure.
Move over,
We
hot
were
dog Boba
taking-
Fett. We got stinky Kenobi over here.
I might have to do a reading offline for this one without trying
Mm.
to laugh the whole time.
Mhm.
Fantastic. Well, are we calling it? Are we doing
I
another?
think
Or
we're
is that
calling
it?
I think that's good.
That's good for tonight.
done.
We
Well
will
done.
accept fan submissions. If you would like your Mad Lib read live on the air, submit it via Discord or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
just do what
Um,
I did. Create a story out of thin air.
Yeah,
Wow.
we've
I've
got
got
a
a
couple.
judgy-
We got like
judgy
3 or
cat
4
here.
more.
wow.
Looking at you like this is ridiculous.
Judgy
I love
cat.
it.
It was fun.
Well, I have enjoyed catching up on everybody's acquisitions, the Legends news, the fact that I'm tied for second in the race to the finish with a million more well on the way. And I'm very excited for all the fun things in Star Wars Legends, the Essential Legends collections coming out soon. But in the meantime, we are going to be doing some more fun stuff over here at youtini.com. Coming up next Monday on the Living Force, they are going to be covering The Princess and the Round Table. Nope.
Joining in the quest for Camelot.
I'm right on the finish line, and I just
move over, King Arthur. Here comes Leia, Princess of Alderaan.
Now I am trying to just crawl across the finish line.
Gosh.
Oh man.
Monday
For Camelot.
Monday on the Living Force. Wes, Eric, the other Charles, and Hawaii Corey are going to be talking about The Princess and the Scoundrel. That's it. That's the name of the book.
It would be fun if it was Princess and the Round Table Scoundrel. But
The Princess and the Scoundrel Round Table, which
Featuring Hawaii Corey.
I need to make sure that they pronounce. I need to see how difficult that is for them to say. Like, is Eric going to struggle with that as much as I did? Probably not. But saying The Princess and the Scoundrel Round Table is a mouthful. Everybody say it 5 times fast. Ready?
The Princess and the Scoundrel Round Table. The Princess and the Scoundrel Round Table. The Princess and the Scoundrel Round Table. Oh, okay. You got me. You got me.
We got him. And
Got
on
him.
Legends Look Back next week, we have got Darth Maul Shadowhunter. So everybody crank up that the speed on Sam Witwer's audiobook, because he reads it a little slow, but it's a great performance.
Yes.
A great performance. And join us for that one next Thursday night. And also, of course, we said earlier, the Star Wars Archives 50th episode is releasing as a Patreon exclusive this Sunday. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, and send us those credits, and you can listen to that excellent show. That is it for this week. Thanks for joining us for Let's Look Back. Thanks to our incredible patrons for your amazing support. We love making this show, and we are glad you are along for the ride. Special thank you to our Jedi High Council, Brian Dooley, Earl Q, Patrick Ortiz, and Carl Sander, as well as the Alliance High Command, Ashley Ingalls, Elizabeth Cloutier, Sally, and Chris Eilerson. Remember to sub to the channel and leave us a review in your podcast platform of choice. And remember, if you'd like your thoughts around the show, you can find our contact information down in the description below. And also, we're on Twitter at Legends Look Back. If you're looking to buy some of these books and want to help support the show, you can look up a book on YOUTINI, click the Amazon link in the profile. And after you've read it, of course, you can leave this review and let us know what you think. But remember to keep the YOUTINI fan code and be a force for positivity in the fandom. May the force be with you.
This is a YOUTINI broadcast.